प्रायोरिटीज बजट में क्या बदलती है, देखिए पॉलिटिकल मैंडेट बहुत जोर से बदला है ना। सो यहाँ पर उनका उनकी समझ है कि क्यों उनको 272 नहीं मिला और हमको अभी क्या करना है आगे। तो वो डिसाइड होगा आपके बजट के एलोकेशन से, जो आपको उनके हाथ में टैक्स रिसिप्ट्स है, 40 लाख को जो मिलता है कहाँ खर्च करने का। तो मुझे लगता है कि जो देखिए उनकी जो डिफेंस, रेलवे, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, उसमें कुछ ज्यादा बदलाव नहीं आने वाला। आपके जो सोशल सेक्टर में जो इन्वेस्ट खर्चे हैं, हो सकता है आधा 1% बढ़ जाए और वो प्रायोरिटीज थोड़ा बदलें। तो वो चीज आपको समझ में आएगा जब बजट आएगा, तो टैलेंटली वो करेंगे ये बात। और उससे आपके जो नया सेक्टर, जैसे आपने मान लो जीएसटी बदल दिया कि 28% वाला जीएसटी जितने सबके सब स्लैब 18 कर दो, या 18 में जितने हैं उनको 12 कर दो। इस टाइप का कुछ से समझ में आया कि भाई कंजम्पशन के लिए आप कुछ कर रहे हो क्या, या रूरल डिस्ट्रेस है उसके लिए कुछ कर रहे हो क्या। लेकिन हमको नहीं मालूम कि ये मैसेज उनको मिला है कि नहीं। लेकिन हम लोग 6 बाजार से आए हैं, तो हमारी समझ खाली मतलब बिजनेस के ऊपर होती है। तो पहले हम वेट करेंगे भैया आप बजट में क्या आते हो, बजट में क्या लेके आते हो, आपकी समझ क्या है, और फिर उसके हिसाब से वो पोर्टफोलियो को रीओरिएंट करेंगे।
The budget is going to be extremely important. It is going to be the first policy document which will lay out the mood, the essence, and the contours of the policy framework and the policy apparatus of the new government. So obviously, of course, before that, there will be a lot of questions which the market is going to seek, which is going to be in terms of the composition of the coalition, because one thing which seems to be at least evident is that it is going to be a kind of a coalition government, eventually the run up to the budget. So it's essentially going to be a very, very action-packed, event kind of driven, a lot of variables to monitor. And so these are the kind of things, and depending upon what kind of things come to the fore on a daily basis, you will kind of clearly see those ups and downs. You will see that volatility. But a lot of the clarity will emerge only maybe sometime in July, because by that time, a lot of these questions will probably be answered. And in between period, of course, what we as investors will have to keep doing is to watch out for price levels, especially for those kind of companies that we like, the kind of companies which will keep doing well, irrespective of what the kind of policy programs are going to be. And if those kind of stocks or those kind of sectors come down to very attractive levels, I think they would still be a great buy. Then one need not necessarily have to wait entirely for that budget day.
Most probably in the budget, there'll be two good things, I think now. I think now there is no chance of capital gains tax because you don't want to shock the market after seeing what happened yesterday.
That's very clearly a headline. Samir Arora doesn't see any chance of a capital gains tax.
I want them to feel like that it should not be done. And secondly, my thinking is that a little bit to please everybody, you may do a little bit of a tax cut for the taxpayer, because there is this issue ongoing that the individual tax rate is higher than corporate tax rate, which is also one of the reasons that people were unhappy. And you do it notionally, you do a little bit, or you change the bracket, but you must be able to say that day that we are passing on some benefits of growth and other things.
My view is it's going to be a business as usual budget, where they try to address the constituencies who drive votes, and especially I'm sure they will have one eye on the upcoming assembly elections in Maharashtra, Haryana, and Jharkhand. But beyond that, I think it will be a business as usual budget, and my reading is it will soothe the nerves of those poor folks who are rattled by the coalition and who pushed up the 10-year bond yield higher. So beyond that constituency, sort of having to take a fewer paracetamols. Beyond that constituency, having to take fewer headache pills, I don't think there's that much else to worry about. This should be a business as usual budget from an NDA perspective.
My question as an international investor is, okay, is he going to open up even more? Is it going to make it easy for foreign investors to invest in India? Look at Japan in the past 50 years. Look at Korea in the past 50 years. Look at Canada. Look at Australia. Look at many markets. It's very easy for foreigners to invest in these markets. India is very attractive. Is he going to make it easy or not? if Mr. Modi does what he says and emphasizes manufacturing in India, it's going to change the world. It's going to change India dramatically, and it's going to change the world. You have many smart, intelligent, educated people who can manufacture. If he does it, if he gives the incentives, the tax incentives, it's going to change the world. If he doesn't, the market's going to go down a lot.
Wait for the budget to see if that gives them that clarity, that, you know, the policies, the kind of fiscal discipline is continuing from what we've seen in the previous, 5 to 10 years. And if it is, then I think that they will come back to India because it's a compelling story for them, although valuations, remain challenging.